Hello everybody and welcome in today's video, guys. The topic of today's video might be very interesting for all of you, because in today's video I just basically want to talk whether Bitcoin is most likely going to trend up from here or going to trend down. So that is going to be a question everybody's waiting for, and in today's video we are going to go over certain signals. I'm going to show you some charts. We are also going to have a look next to Bitcoin at a altcoin which just has been setting a new all-time high. That altcoin is Luna. We will have a look at that as well. So guys, all about that in today's video. With that being said, my name is Jeroen. Welcome to the Blockchain Today, the channel where you subscribe for daily crypto videos. Right now let's jump into Bitcoin. Before we are swimming into Bitcoin, guys, you know how much it is appreciated if every single one of you could scroll below this video, smash that like button, and if you are new to the channel right here, make sure to subscribe down below. Now let's dive straight into it. And first of all, guys, let's have a look at the structure of the Bitcoin price. Nothing has changed that much. We're still in this ascending triangle. We got a uptrending support right here. We got a horizontal resistance. And eventually that is a bullish pattern, but we've entered that bullish pattern from a downtrend, which basically makes the breakout point equal. So it's quite equal if we can break out to the upside or to the downside. Normally, if we were to enter this pattern from a uptrend, it is more likely to break out to the upside, of course. But as you guys know, these patterns can function as a continuation pattern. So we can see a continuation of a trend after consolidation as well. But because this is a bullish pattern, I would say technical. If we just have a look at the technical structure right here, it is a 50% chance to either break out to the upside, to the downside. So we gotta look at different signals right now, which can tell us basically where that breakout will be to. First of all, guys, the structure in the relative strength index also stays the same. We still have that triangle formation. So far we are getting a bounce again from the support. If you want to analyze this pattern right here more closely, you can do that, of course, on, for example, a 8-hour time frame. It is also quite valid right here. A little bit less clean than if we have a look at the daily time frame. You can also look at it from a 4-hour perspective on the 4-hour time frame. That is all possible if you like to analyze that pattern more. I do think that the chances that we are seeing a breakout first in the relative strength index is going to be quite likely, because we are often seeing a breakout first occurring in momentum indicators before we are seeing it actually in the price. Another thing, if that would not be the case, you can still use that signal as a confirmation. So when you see the price breaking out, you eventually want to see the momentum indicators breaking out as well. Then in today's video, guys, we got another momentum indicator right here. That is the OBV indicator, the blue line right here. It's basically the on-balance volume. And what we can see right now, guys, this is just quite interesting as another indicator, is that we are at quite low levels where we previously has been was in the summer right here 2021, where Bitcoin was consolidating and eventually we broke out to the upside. But with that breakout to the upside, we also broke the resistance in the OBV chart, as you can see right here. And right now there's also a clear declining resistance, which means that if we can break above that declining resistance, that could also signal the start of a nice rally in the Bitcoin price. Here we can also see it, right? We got a declining resistance on the OBV. The moment we break above it right here, that was actually right before the start of this rally. So this is another indicator which we can all use as extra confirmations to see when Bitcoin is going to see that breakout. Now, the most important question: where Bitcoin is going to break out to? Is that going to be to the upside or to the downside? And right now, like I said in my previous videos as well, guys, I think the shorter term time frame of Bitcoin is definitely very difficult to predict right now, as we are in a choppy range. There's no clear direction, which I showed you yesterday with the ADX, the average directional index. When these is at low levels, you want to avoid heavy trading or making like huge trades, because the certainty is it's just lower. It's just more difficult to predict the direction, basically. So right now, for the shorter term time frame, also going to say, I just going to assume Bitcoin is going to continue to trade within this triangle formation. It is always possible, guys, to get a fake out, to touch liquidity and then see a reversal, something like we have seen right here as well. That is a characteristic we are seeing often with Bitcoin. We have consolidation and eventually we got one last dip touching into liquidity and then we can start a rally. But the general direction, in my opinion, is going to be trending upwards from here. I think it is more likely, if we have a look at charts like this is the spot premium chart. Here we can also see that we already have, for a longer term time frame, a spot premium, and previous times when we are seeing that, you can see that that is driving the price of Bitcoin eventually up. Right now we have a period of approximately 3 months with spot premiums over perps, which kind of works similar as the funding rates. But this is quite a bullish sign for Bitcoin. Also, when I get rid of these indicators and we bring out the funding rates right now, then we can also see that over a longer period of time, also as of speaking right now, we have negative funding rates over on BitMEX. We just have, for a longer period of time, negative funding rates, which I think is a very positive sign for Bitcoin, showing us that we are closer and closer to a bottom, and that most likely the trend direction after finishing this consolidation or that last step into liquidity is going to be trending upwards. So let me hide March 2020, otherwise it's very difficult to see how the funding rate is looking. So what we can see right here, guys, we have over since December 2021, we already have like negative funding rates over a extended period of time. And if we have a look at the history of Bitcoin's price action, we actually never had a moment where we had a negative funding rates over a extended amount of time and that eventually the price continues in a downtrend. That actually never really happened, because that would mean that the majority of the people in the markets would be right, and most of the time that is not the case. So this is a very bullish sign, maybe one of the most bullish signs right here. But as you can see also, it doesn't say when we are going to bottom. It's not a direct signal when we are seeing the bottom. It's just showing that the general trend direction, for example right here as well. So guys, it's pretty straightforward. We get consolidation right here with negative funding rates, price trends up. We got consolidation right here with negative funding rates, price goes up. Even in shorter term time frame right here, consolidation, negative funding rates, price then trends up. So it is still possible for the price to trend eventually down, but we first want to see a change in the market sentiment. We want to see a change in the market perspective, and we want to see the funding rates going to go positive. And when they are positive again, I would say like, okay, yeah, then there's a possibility like we are seeing right here. Funding rates are getting positive, price goes down. But as long as they remain negative, I'm going to be bullish right here, and I'm going to expect Bitcoin to eventually trend up. Maybe we consolidate for some more weeks right here before we are seeing that breakout. But this is definitely one of the signals that I want to point out right here, guys, which is showing us that most likely Bitcoin is going to trend upwards from here. Also, it is not telling us whether that uptrend is going to be a retracement, so whether that eventually is going to set a lower high and then still see lower levels. That is of course possible, but it shows us that at least we are going from this consolidation period, the chances are more likely to trend upwards. So that is actually how we can answer the most important question right now. Everybody who's expecting Bitcoin going to 20,000 or the lower 30,000 levels, I would say I think the chance is not so likely for that to occur. Of course, anything is possible. It is Bitcoin, but with the signals that I'm seeing right now, I'm actually more bullish rather than bearish. But in the exact shorter term time frame right now, it is still a bit shaky and unpredictable. But over the next coming weeks, I expect the price to continue to go up. And guys, of course, if you want to trade that move on Bitcoin, you can do that on Bybit. Bybit right now has a deposit bonus. If you sign up with my affiliate link down below, you can get an additional deposit bonus over on Bybit. Then guys, let's go to Luna. Luna is actually looking quite interesting because it is an altcoin which right now is just been setting a new all-time high right here. Actually testing the previous all-time highs, testing the neckline right here, which is quite interesting due to the fact that Bitcoin is looking so bearish, especially when we have a look at sentiment. We have an altcoin that is setting or at least testing the previous highs. But guys, I do want to give a warning right here for Luna. We have a nice, potential U-shaped. We could be forming a cup and handle and eventually see a continuation. But right now, it looks like on the momentum indicators that Luna is slightly overbought. We are getting a sell signal and bearish divergence on Orion's belt. We also have a bearish divergence over on the relative strength index. So this is, for me personally, not a time to enter. But however, it is definitely interesting to see that there's confidence coming back in a altcoin, but we have to see how this pattern is going to play out. For me to really turn bullish on Luna, I want to see a decisive break of that neckline right here at approximately roughly $100. I want to see that level being retested before turning really bullish right here, because now we just are at resistance, retesting the previous highs with bearish divergences everywhere on the daily time frame and without a decisive break. So for everybody who's trading right now, Luna would be definitely be careful right here, but still the sign is quite interesting that liquidity is going into altcoins, which means that the confidence among investors is also getting back into the space. And we are seeing often when Bitcoin is consolidating, we are seeing often one altcoin, before it was often Litecoin, leading the way, and then eventually Bitcoin will follow. So I think I will see this as a positive sign as well, but I wouldn't be longing this, as this is actually quite risky right now, touching resistance, bearish divergences, and so on. Just be careful with that. So okay guys, that is what I'm watching right now with Bitcoin. If we really dive into the shorter term time frames, let me check if we can find any pattern that Bitcoin is right now trading in. Then guys, when we have a look at the 1 hour time frame, if we have a look at a potential Bitcoin pattern, then we could be forming something like a W formation, where we go down right here, set a higher low, and eventually break the neckline and continue a uptrend. Do take in mind, like I said before guys, the Bitcoin direction right now is definitely not clear. We don't know how long this consolidation might take, so be careful with trading. If you trade, in my opinion, use a low leverage if you use a leverage at all. If you're accumulating Bitcoin for the longer term time frame, like I said, I think it's definitely a great moment to accumulate Bitcoin around these levels. So guys, this is basically what I'm watching right now on the Bitcoin chart. If you like today's video, if you like today's analysis, make sure to leave that thumbs up. If you are new, make sure to subscribe. If you don't follow me over on Twitter, make sure to follow me over on Twitter. All of these links down below in the description. If you don't have an account yet over on Bybit, make sure to subscribe with my affiliate link down below to get that extra additional deposit bonus and a discount on your fees. Bybit is by far the best cryptocurrency exchange out there and offers a broad variety of functionalities like staking cryptocurrencies, trading on the spot market, so you can hedge your Bitcoin into stable coins and so on, but also trading with leverage if that is something for you. Do take in mind that that carries extra risk and that is more for the experienced traders. But yeah, however, Bybit is just one of the best exchanges out there. If you want to take advantage of this major bonus, make sure to join with my sign up link down below this video. Then guys, I want to wish every single one of you an awesome day today, and I hope to see every single one of you in the next video.